Hello all, what's going on once again? This is the Club of the Man 1993, and we're back here for the second of the 2023 Royal Rumble recap and reviews, as we're on the 42nd series of this 42nd episode, of this recap and review, as we'll talk about last year's Women's Royal Rumble match, because that went on second. In last year's show. The main event of the 2023 Royal Rumble pay-per-view was Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship. It is when Sami Zayn turned on the Bloodline. Of course, the men's, this took place on January 28, 2023 at the Alamodome in San Antonio, Texas. The winner got a women's title match against the Raw or SmackDown Women's Championship at Wrestlemania 39. And the champions at the time were Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair and SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair. So the winner would face one of those women at WrestleMania. My overall thoughts on this Women's Rumble. Probably one of the weaker Rumbles. Was it horrible? No. It was one of those Rumbles where the right person went over, but nothing really happened in this Rumble. Other than Asuka repackaging in this Rumble, we had a couple of surprises that were, fine. Couple people from NXT. Just going through this list again. A couple people who returned. Well, really only just one who returned after being a free agent and came back. One who made a random return from the crowd. And, of course, one I was hoping it was going to be a one-off, but it was not. She returned in September. But her entrance was botched in this Rumble. Oh, gosh. But, of course, we're going to have to talk about it. We're going to go through it. Like I said, it was very similar to me to how the 2019 Men's Rumble was. Right person went over, it's just not much really happened during the match. But let's get into it. We'll talk about it, and we'll go from there. So number 1 and 2 was Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. Started off at numbers 1 and 2. Number 3 was Dana Brooke. Number 4 was Emma. And of course, I still feel so bad for Emma. When she entered this Rumble match, they announced, of course, how she was released shortly before the first ever Women's Royal Rumble, something she was hoping to be a part of. And she was indeed glad to be a part of this one as well. Unfortunately, it looks like that may be her only Rumble because she was released back in September, which I, again, feel so bad for her for sure for getting that, because Emma's so underrated. They brought her back and literally did nothing for her. They teased something where they were seemingly turning both her and Madcap Moss heel, which honestly, I would have turned her heel especially. She's much better as a heel. I was surprised though they didn't really tease her and Dana doing anything as I thought they would. I really felt if they would have given them a chance as a tag team on the main roster, had Emma, of course, originally not gotten hurt when they brought her back up and then they brought Dana up with her, they could have thrived together. But I still think Emma's injury and the whole Emelina stuff was not working for sure. But, I'm glad she got to be a part of this. I just still wish she wouldn't have gotten the boot. I don't know. I just still feel bad for her because she really got ripped, especially the second time around as well. But she came out number 4, got to be in the Rumble match. Number 5 was Shayna Baszler. She came out number 5. Number 6 was the first of Damage Control to enter, Bayley. She came out at number 6, who is my favorite to win this year's Rumble, FYI. Number 7 was Hit Rose B-Fab. And the surprising is I don't think she's really ever wrestled. On live TV, at least. This is probably the only time I've really ever seen her actually wrestle in the ring. But, of course, it was brief. It didn't last long. She got eliminated. She was the first to be eliminated. She was eliminated by Rhea Ripley. Number 8 was NXT's Roxanne Perez. I expect to see her in this year's Rumble as well. I still think she's going to be called up anytime soon. But I believe she lives in Texas somewhere. I can't remember where. So that's probably another reason why they picked her to be in this Rumble match. But, good for her. She wasn't there for a good while. When did she get eliminated? Oh, no, I'm sorry. She got eliminated a couple minutes later, unfortunately. But was nice to see her get the opportunity, as she definitely deserves it. Of course, also, she was the previous year's NXT Breakout Star winner, so I expected her to see her in that match. So she came out at number 8. Number 9 was Dakota Kai, another member of Damage Control. This is before Dakota suffered her knee injury that's kept her out, that she still hasn't been cleared yet to wrestle, but she's still on TV, doing like a speaking role right now for Damage Control. Maybe she could return to the ring at the Rumble. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. I haven't really heard anything if she's been close to being cleared or not. But she was number 9. And then Full Strength of Damage Control at number 10. The now women's champion, Io Sky. Number 10. So Damage Control, like I said with Sheamus and McIntyre from the men's Rumble, the women's Rumble, like the group that kind of dominated for a while, was Damage Control for sure. Even though at this time I wasn't the biggest fan of Damage Control, I thought they were kind of damaged goods. I still think they should have capitalized on Bayley winning the Raw Women's title when she came back and started this group. Just my honest opinion. And then they would then eliminate Dana Brooke. Dakota Kai herself eliminated Emma. And then as a group, they eliminated Roxanne Perez. Number 11 was Natalya. And Natalya had come back after missing a few months after Shayna Baszler had broken her nose. So when she came back, she went straight for Shayna Baszler. And number 12 was Candice LeRae. And Natty and Shayna both got eliminated together by Damage Control. And of course, this was Candice LeRae's, her first on the main roster, but I believe her third or fourth Rumble overall, because she did appear in 2 Rumbles when she was in NXT. 2 or 3, I can't remember, but this is her first on the main roster. Number 13 was Zoe Stark. Nice to see her get in there. I think she was in for a good lengthy period of time as well. Of course, she's done well so far on the main roster. Still love her theme song, of course. Number 14 was Xia Li, who is there, then she's gone. She's there, then she's gone. She's been in quite a bit of Rumbles as well. This is probably her first or second on the main roster. Candice LeRae then got eliminated by Damage Control. Number 15, and funny enough, her husband was number 15 for the men's Rumble. For the women's Rumble, Becky Lynch was number 15, Seth Rollins' wife. And at the time, she was feuding with Damage Control. This led to a 6-woman tag match at WrestleMania. Becky, Lita, and Trish versus Damage Control. She went in there, and I believe Damage Control, her and Damage Control got outside the ring, but didn't go over the ropes, and they brawled for a while. Number 16 was Tegan Nox. Number 17 was Asuka. This is after Asuka had taken about 2 months off after she was in the War Games match and kind of repackaged a little. This is her re-debuting. And I think I had picked her originally as a pick for me to win the Rumble last year, I think. She was definitely one of the choices, I thought. She came in. She would eliminate Tegan Nox. Number 18 was Piper Niven. This was her. She had originally disappeared for a while. I think she might have been having some health problems, I think I remember hearing. But this was the first time she appeared on the main roster as Piper Niven. The last time we had seen her was, I believe, around the time Triple H took over, and she was still Dewdrop. Who remembers Dewdrop? I try to put that in a very, very far distant memory. But, yep, Piper Niven returned at number 18 as Piper Niven instead of Dewdrop. Number 19 was Tamina. Do we ever see Tamina anymore? I don't think so. Number 20 was the returning Chelsea Green. This is her first appearance back in WWE since she got released. And of course, she would be sticking around as she indeed signed a new contract. Of course, she floated in between brands until the draft, where she was drafted to Raw. She got eliminated by Rhea Ripley in 5 seconds. That apparently is the fastest for the Women's Royal Rumble. But then Becky Lynch and Damage Control kind of took the spotlight again. She eliminated Dakota, and then she eliminated Io. But then Bayley eliminated her. And then right after that, Liv Morgan eliminated Bayley. And then Becky brawled with Damage Control outside the ring until they basically got out of the shots. Number 21 was Zelina Vega, who was, of course, now with Legado del Fantasma, but still as a heel at the time. Again, this was before the LWO. And then she did eliminate Xia Li. I forgot what it was called, but she also was dressed up for like something else, getting a sponsorship also. I can't remember what it was. Number 22 was Raquel Rodriguez. Number 23 was Mia Yim, or Michin. I still call her Mia Yim. Number 24 was Lacey Evans. Stand up and salute me! This is, of course, on her last run, as again, she did leave WWE when her contract expired at the end of August. And I don't know if just any plans on coming back to wrestling whatsoever, because it seemed like it was never really what she really wanted to do. But she came in number 24. Number 25 was Michelle McCool. Now, remember I said earlier, Michelle McCool was shown sitting in the crowd before this match. And her music hits, and she literally just sits like, what, I'm in it? Okay, whatever. And just takes off her sweater over her head she was wearing. She was already in wrestling attire, and she entered the match. And I'm sorry, I gotta keep saying this. Michelle McCool's been in, I think, almost all, if not all, of the women's Rumble matches. And all of them, she's looked great. I know she wanted to focus on being a mother and whatnot, this and that, but I really think she should consider coming back just for one more run. Even if it was just for like a year. I think she could do a couple good matches. Because every time I've seen her wrestle, she looks great. She really does. She eliminated Tamina. Number 26 was Indy Hartwell, which I was like, ugh. Again, I liked Indy Hartwell NXT, but then, I don't know, it was like, even when I see her wrestle now on the main roster, I still think she's not quite ready. I think I wanted Cora Jade to be in this Rumble match, but I think she just gotten hurt, and unfortunately, she's just got hurt again. So she still won't be in the Women's Rumble match this year because of her ACL injury. Dang it. Number 27 was Sonya Deville. She would eliminate Zoe Stark, and then Lacey Evans would then eliminate Zelina Vega. Number 28 was Shotzi Blackheart. Sonya Deville would then eliminate Indy Hartwell. Number 29 was Nikki Cross. They definitely slowed down on Nikki Cross since teasing her new character with her kind of looking like possessed and whatnot the couple times she's been on TV. I wonder if she will enter this Rumble match and just like stare off into space. I wouldn't be surprised actually if she eliminated herself in this year's Rumble. Maybe, I don't know, but I don't want. I miss how it's already just like backed off on it right away with her. Like Karrion Kross, maybe they're just waiting till something's clear out to give her the push, but we'll see. But she was number 29, and then number 30. They didn't even get to the countdown. And I don't know if it's because she had already walked out there on her own terms, if they were going to try to do her old entrance where they would show the face and then fade to the close of her eyes. I don't know what they were thinking, but they botched her entrance. But Nia Jax, made her return. Now, this was just a one-off. She didn't make her full return until September, the last episode of Raw with the McMahons in charge of WWE. Which was, again, as I keep saying, one last middle finger from Vince McMahon. But yeah, Nia Jax made her WWE return, and they botched her entrance. I thought that was hilarious. But, of course, I wasn't happy with that at all. But she was waiting there for about a minute and a half, and then she got eliminated by the other 11 women in the match. And then she just spazzed down. Can't stand her. And then Raquel Rodriguez eliminated Lacey Evans. Asuka eliminated Sonya Deville. Rhea Ripley eliminated Michelle McCool. Mia Yim eliminated Shotzi Blackheart. Piper Niven then eliminated Mia Yim. Raquel then eliminated Piper. And then Rhea then eliminated Raquel. The final four was Nikki Cross, Rhea Ripley, Asuka, and Liv Morgan. Asuka came in number 17. Rhea and Liv were numbers 1 and 2. They were riding the whole wave right here. But Nikki Cross was eliminated shortly after that by Liv Morgan. And then most of the last few minutes took place right on the apron between Liv, Asuka, and Rhea. Asuka got eliminated by Rhea after she had misted Liv Morgan. Off of distraction, though, Rhea, I think, did a Hurricanrana or something. She did a Hurricanrana on one of the last two. But wanted them to eliminate Asuka. And then they kind of gave us... One thing I did like was they kind of gave us that moment where despite she got misted, Liv overcame it and kind of stunned Rhea. Now I know her and Liv kind of had a tad bit of history as her and Liv and Rhea were briefly tag partners before Rhea turned heel after WrestleMania 38. And it looked like Liv was kind of get that comeuppance on Rhea. And it gave him more. I thought maybe Liv was going to pull off the upset. And I remember I kept thinking, they really when Triple H took over, I still felt they were backed into a corner with Liv Morgan's situation when she had just been given the SmackDown Women's title. So I thought maybe they will give it to Liv to redeem herself. Nope! They gave it to Rhea. Rhea went from beginning to end and won the Women's Royal Rumble. Which, cool. The only thing I will say, though, is they've kind of been doing that a lot the past couple years. Having, number one go to either, the final two or be the winner. We had it with Edge and Randy Orton started at 1 and 2 in the 2021 Rumble. Bianca entered at number 3 that year for the Women's Rumble. And this past year we had Gunther go all the way except get eliminated, place second in the Rumble. And this one we had numbers 1 and 2 go to the very end as well. I kind of not sure if I'm a fan of them doing that constantly. Because it doesn't make it feel quite as special, in my opinion. But yeah, overall, again, I didn't hate this Rumble, but not much really happened. We had the drama with Becky and Damage Control. We had a few NXT stars make their appearance. We had the return of Chelsea Green. The botched entrance of Nia Jax did hurt it, yes. But again, we did have the repackaging of Asuka, but of course that I still also think when Asuka won Chamber to face and face Bianca at WrestleMania, I still think Asuka should have won that match. Since they botched that as well, this Rumble wasn't that great. Again, I can't say I hated it, but nothing really happened. And it wasn't boring either. But just nothing really happened. Nothing really came out of this Rumble. The right person, a good person won. Rhea was a great choice to win the Women's Rumble. Who she would go on to challenge Charlotte Flair to redeem herself from losing her at WrestleMania 36 3 years earlier, and had probably one of the best matches of the year. Maybe my women's match of the year at WrestleMania. But yeah, this Rumble itself was not much really happened. I gave it a C. That's what I gave. I gave it a C, almost a C plus, but some things just weren't capitalized on after this match that caused me to stick with just a C. Just like an average, like, you know, properly structured, okay, the right person won, but it just, nothing really happened, in my opinion. Nothing really like that exciting happened. So that's why this Rumble gets a C. The men's Rumble got a B, this gets a C. What are your guys' thoughts on the 2023 Women's Rumble match? Oh yeah, also, to read also off, Rhea Ripley had the most eliminations in the match with 7. And of course, she lasted the longest, 1 hour, 1 minute, and 8 seconds. That's how long this Rumble match was. Of course, the one more second than Liv Morgan since she was eliminated at the end. But yeah, so that's my thoughts. What are your guys' thoughts on the Women's 2023 Royal Rumble? You guys' thoughts down in the comment section below. And be sure also, as always, to slap a like on the video and subscribe for more content on my channel. Follow me on Twitter as well at the Club of the Man 93. And also follow me on TikTok and Instagram at the Club of the Man 1993. And until then, guys, I'm checking out. I'll catch you guys all later. We will have my Royal Rumble 2024 preview and predictions this week as well. Maybe a live reaction on Saturday. We'll see. But until then, guys, I'm checking out. I'll catch you guys all later. And do not forget, in order to be superior to the man, you've got to be the man. And for I am the man himself. And that is not just an opinion, my friends. That is a fact of life. Yeah!